Hi, my name is Jeff Heynen, and I'm the Vice President of Broadband Infrastructure Research here at Dell'Oro Group. Today, I want to discuss some trends and platform developments in data center automation that we're following. Because many of these platforms bridge the worlds of telecommunication service providers and large enterprise data centers, we figured taking a look at them from the service provider perspective might be informative. The type of platforms I'm talking about here provide a common window into the application delivery network as well as the underlying network infrastructure. So the goal of these platforms is to provide obviously the more efficient use of network resources, reduction in the time required to make manual configuration changes to the network, a reduction in the programming load for IT departments, and obviously to make sure that there's adherence to SLA guarantees that have been provided to key end customers as well as application provider partners. So obviously data centers have seen phenomenal growth over the last decade. But even with that growth, we expect that data centers of all sizes are about to undergo a significant expansion as they start to process workloads from blockchain, Bitcoin, IoT, gigabit broadband, and 5G workloads. In fact, in our latest forecast, which was published earlier this month, we expect worldwide data center CapEx to reach 350 billion by 2026, and that represents a 5-year projected growth rate of 10%. We also forecast hyperscale cloud providers to double their data center spending over the next 5 years. So clearly, as the size and complexity of these data centers continue to increase, and as workload and application changes increase as well, the impact on the underlying network infrastructure supporting those workloads can be difficult to predict. Various organizations within the enterprise have different requirements that all must somehow be funneled into a common platform, really to prevent conflicting changes to the application delivery layer all the way down to the network infrastructure layer. In addition, each of these organizations can have very different timeframes for when these changes need to be completed and the process for which they need to be completed. So ultimately, as large enterprises deal with these increasing workloads across multiple network environments, these platforms, they need to provide a couple of really key functions, including supporting a unified data model, as well as unified data lakes across multiple cloud environments, as well as multi-vendor ecosystems. In addition, these platforms have to provide some level of service orchestration across multiple complex service flows. So what's interesting here is that these requirements map almost exactly to a T what telecom service providers have been trying to add to their networks through SDN or software-defined networking. And really, at the heart of it, service providers and large enterprises are trying to answer the same question with similar tool sets. So finally, what else is interesting about these platforms is, although they're intended to serve as a common interface across multiple business units and network layers, as well as networks in general, it's important that the implementation and design of these platforms is modular. So that gives a large enterprise or data center provider flexibility in how they want to migrate to a more automated model. And they can do so at one that suits their organization's needs rather than the need of the vendor supplying that system. So, for example, the introduction of automation can first be done at the network infrastructure layer, and then over time evolved and migrated over to the application layer as well. So that's just a quick overview of some of the platforms and trends we're keeping our eyes on. For more details, check out the corresponding blog to this video. Thanks very much for listening in, and I hope to catch up with all of you again soon. Take care.